Hello everyone, Mipa here, trying to make your Monday a little better and maybe even something to look forward to. Chapter 1 is complete. Last week, the video came out of the full chapter. It ended up a little longer than I expected at 20 minutes, but if you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it before watching this because I cannot guarantee I will not talk about spoilers. With that out of the way, in celebration at Chapter 1 being complete, I decided to make some new references for myself because my other ones were mediocre. They were just screenshots from past pages, and they were hard to color pick from, and overall I felt that references like this would be much more convenient. So I made one for Luca's room, as you just saw, more as like a warm-up and a test of, is this how I want my references to look? And when I decided yes, I quite like this layout, I moved on to Dr. Arcade's office. This office! Why did I make it this way? The stairs are so confusing, the room is round, there are books everywhere, and overall, it is so hard to draw. Why did I do this to myself? Hopefully, this reference will make it easier. While Luca's room will not be seen much, this room will be. The most difficult room that I've made to draw so far will be seen many times. Anyway, I just have been thinking about that for a while and needed to do a brief rant. Thank you. I also did one for the castle in general, including making a flag that I have been meaning to design for Plumeria for a little bit now. And this should also make things easier for me. After making these references, it made me so strangely happy to see just these three drawings so nicely organized, and I've already started using them while making Chapter 2, and I confirm they are nice. I am glad I took time for this. Because going into Chapter 2, I am wanting to think about backgrounds more. Because I felt like with my old backgrounds, I didn't put much thought into them, and I want to change that. Like with Luca's room, I realized there was so much more opportunity to put a little bit more of his personality in there that I missed out on. And now I'm thinking of putting more thought into these backgrounds. Hence, the background sheets. I also redid my character references. I was gonna say character sheets, but they weren't. Really, I just practiced drawing them once digitally and then used that to color pick from when going into the webcomic. This was Luca's here on the left, and on the right I have just put other pictures from the webcomic that I felt either looked cool or represented his personality well, and I've done this for all of the character references coming up, so that it's not just blank space there because of the canvas differences between the backgrounds and the character sheets. I made the background of these character sheets based off of whatever magic they use, so Luca uses light magic, therefore the yellow, and then I can easily color pick from that. Dr. Arcade uses blood and dark magic, therefore he gets a cool gradient of both, and the Royals, non-magic users, just get pink, and the one other that is thrown in at the end just got gray because they're just a normal non-magic user. I also made lots of notes for myself because I always forgot, how did I draw the magic for this one again? How did I go about doing that? What opacity is it at? What's the glow like? So Dr. Arcade especially got many notes in the corner. I also made little blob versions of them in the corner, which I found really cute, but will also be really convenient for me during color picking. And honestly, there have been times where I have just scrolled through the references just to look at all of their blob forms again, because I just find them all funny. And I'll get to look at them even more when using them for color picking, because yes, I have already been well using this going into Chapter 2. Now that I have rambled about the references themselves, I want to take a little bit of time to say, how do I feel about Chapter 1? I have no idea how well that video is going to go. It's 20 minutes long, and I don't know how many people are willing to just read for 20 minutes when they're wanting to watch other things on YouTube. It could do horribly, it could do great, and I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. If it does great, I'll be happy that it's reaching people. If it does bad, well, I'm just gonna keep going. Because while, especially the first pages of this webcomic of We're What's Left have mediocre art, I have improved so much while working on this webcomic, and I have been having fun. There have been plenty of times where my mind has thought, my art isn't good enough for this, I haven't fleshed out the characters enough yet, I shouldn't have started this yet. But there are also times where I'll find another key detail of something that will happen in the story, or just a small detail about the character or the world building, and I'll just get so excited and so happy that I've done this. So while the last video that I have posted of the full chapter is truly just a year's worth of art progress, and there are some things I wish I could change or adjust, overall I'm happy with how it has been turning out, no matter how many views that video gets. And to any of you who are sticking around and watching it and reading it and listening to my random rambles, I appreciate you coming on this journey with me, and if this webcomic ever gets big by any capacity, you can say that you were here before it was cool, and I think that's pretty cool. I can definitely say that, because I am the one making it. Also, this character, I don't know how many of you listened to my ramble about this character, because she is so random and such a side character, but I had a person comment that since I love her so much, I could just have her randomly show up in the background sometimes, and it'd be like a Where's Waldo situation. So I'm naming her Wanda, and she has her own reference sheet now. And she's also going to be mainly used just for the guards in general, because they all wear the same thing. But if you've made it this far, and you keep reading We're What's Left, and you see Wanda in the back, comment, because she's there for you, and also for my enjoyment and amusement. Anyway, as nervous as I am about all of this and how it took me 5 minutes to start recording this, I have made it, and I am really proud of myself. I thank you all for listening and for reading We're What's Left and for sticking with me however long you've been here. And with full sincerity, I say I hope you all have an amazing week, everybody. Goodbye!